Well, I've been reporting on this for a while now, for some weeks, and we've all seen the headlines. And Drudge Report is a great sensationalistic aggregator. Look over here on the left side where he's putting everything. And then he talks about Obamacare as the next article. Now, I'm continuing to do some research on it. Let's get rid of this Drudge Report here. Remember SARS? SARS, which is severe acute respiratory syndrome. It's another one of those syndromes that they created. They coined the term. I did a search, or you could say a comparison that makes a graph here on Google Trends. This is the interest over time that is depicted through the Google search data. And they compile this and they're able to show it to you rather expediently, so it's something that they're actually doing right. I say that tongue in cheek. But anyhow, here are the topics that I put. Ebola was the first search term, and you can see it over here. Never was talked about before. Never was talked about before. Looks like March. Looks like it was talked about in March. That's when they launched it. March, April. Then it died down and came up, raging back up in the summer. And it's been the hottest topic ever since. Next, I did a search for swine flu, and you can see swine flu is starting in 2009 and runs its course till 2010. That's a 1-year course of activity and attention. Then I did bird flu search, which shows you that it starts in September 2005 and goes until about August 2006 or so. So that's a year of that period. Then the term for SARS actually is before the timeline, before they were compiling the data. And it actually ran from about 2002 to 2004. So looks like the peak of it is like 2003, because it really is at the very end of 2002. So it's like a 2003 kind of thing, all 2003. So you got 2003, then you've got 2006, 3 years later. Then you've got 2009, 3 years later. And it's actually 4 years later that now you got Ebola. So you have a 3-year gap, 3-year gap, and then a 4-year gap. So it's almost equally spaced when you see these hyped up virus hysterias, or let's just call it interest without putting an emotional or qualitative on it. Let's just say the interest level fluctuates, and it comes up to, or you could say the news stories come up every 3 years. So how is it possible that these things happen quite regularly? Although you have this huge break, much more huge break here for Ebola. Like they're a year late in launching this, but if you notice, it's like the hugest spike ever. And that's because the internet is basically taking over our mindset. But I think that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, or you could say it's a vicious cycle, because the internet is really what's fueling the interest and the focus and the hysteria around it. So you go from internet interest, pushing all this information, pushing this theme, this negative idea that, oh, there's a virus that you're possibly going to get, and making people search for it, which I'm a part of it, but notice how I'm very aware, very skeptical, and then filling you in with all the facts, which they don't do. So here's the fact that I'm going to end with after I give you all this data. The fact is that the majority of people, the vast majority, are not in any danger unless they put themselves in danger. What you need to do is be preventative with your behavior and your lifestyle and your hygiene. So preventative means that you're going to do everything to build up your health. Do things that are healthy habits, like sleeping enough, relaxing, eating well, getting fresh air, getting clean water, enjoying and being happy. Those are your main preventative measures. Everybody can do this. You only need to choose to do so. I don't care who you are. You can do those things. Just find out a way in your local environment, in your home, to do those things. You don't have an excuse, even if you're in Africa, even if you're in Asia, whatever continent you're in, if you're in an island nation, it doesn't matter. Do these preventative measures that are good for your health. Next, you need your emotional health to be reinforced. You need to be around people that are supportive of you. You need to get hugs sometimes. You need to know that you're loved. You need to have a religious belief system where you actually have faith in goodness and the plan of humanity. That would really be preventative and really boost your health and immune system. Are they talking about that in the news? No, they're not. But I'm talking about it, and I just let you know that's the truth. You can get more aware. All you have to do is just watch the videos, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of your day, and that's what I do for you. Thanks for tuning in. Leave your comments, favorite, share this, and make sure you're subscribed.